Hello and welcome back to the Cymru Cactuars and another installment of our category series of deck profiles. This time we're looking at Final Fantasy V and the return of an old favourite. The banning of Sildra took a toll on many decks, but maybe none so much as Bartz Boko. But the good news is it's back, and this time there's a longer game plan. The key cards here are the stalwart classics of this deck, Bartz, Boko, and the newcomer Galuf, but it's the backups that make it all work. Right here we have the clean backup line that starts with Claris, who can search for any job king, which in this case is going to be King Tycoon, and King Tycoon is going to search out the new Opus 21 Lena backup, meaning that for just opening Claris, we already have 3 elements set up on the back row, which is incredibly quick and incredibly efficient. Should you open these backups the wrong way round, worry not. We've got another king target for Claris in Leo, who will be the colour fixer for our backups in the late game. Finishing off the backup line, we have 1 copy of Stiltskin to find any 1 CP forward we need, which is usually Boko, and 2 copies of Aria to find any Warrior of Light forward, which is usually Bartz. We then have 3 copies of Tyro and 1 copy of Cryo to recur any Category 5 forward from the break zone or any summon, of which there are only 3. 3 copies of Kusith. For those who don't know how the deck works, it's fairly simple. Bartz grants all 1 CP forwards haste. Boko grants Bartz 1000 power and haste right back. When Bartz forms a party and attacks, he can play any single 1 CP forward from the deck that, while Bartz is still in the field, can attack straight away. When a party that Boko is in deals a point of damage, you get to draw a card, meaning that you constantly keep advantage. Early game, it's devastating to play a forward like Zezit for free, with his huge body and ability to buff on attack. But if he's played and your opponent has 3 or more cards in hand, you can take a look and discard anything that isn't a backup there that you find. Mid to late game, you'll want to free play Ultros from the deck, who can bottom deck any forward when he enters from the field from the deck. Other great 1 CP forwards in this deck come in the form of Black Chocobo, whose party cannot be blocked, White Mage, who can turn off all damage from abilities and summons, Snow, who can dole down forwards on attack, Eleanor, who can buff herself, draw cards, or even show your opponent's hand and discard a card, Leslie, who can bounce any opposing forward back to hand, Ketchi 11, who can look at the top 2 cards of the deck to find a forward that you can add to hand, Furion, who can dole an opponent's forward every single time that you play a forward, and attack twice with a 5k buff if your opponent controls 4 or more dole characters. Comboing Furion with Ketchi from 7 can get you a devastating double dole. To finish off, we have Leo, as mentioned earlier, to colour fix, Galuf, who can act as a pseudo Bartz by playing any 2 CP or less forward he finds in the top 5 cards of your deck for free, and buffing all of them by 2k. Last of all, we have the mighty, multi-element Warrior of Light, who can act as a colour fixer or be played directly to the board if your backups are all set up or you have Leo on the field. All in all, it's an incredibly fun deck that still has legs despite its loss of Sildra and has to be seen and played to be believed. Sleeve it up, check it out, and tell us what you think in the comments below. You'll find the deck list in the description. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.